One day I will remember to unmute myself. Good morning. I'm gonna edit out what I just said. I don't need you to watch me talking without hearing what I'm saying. Happy Thanksgiving. If you're here in America, if you're not here in America, I'm so grateful that you're joining me from wherever you are. And thank you for just being you and contributing to this practice by having awareness of yourself, wanting to join with others to magnify our energy together. I was walking to my car this morning before arriving here, and the sky was that sweet sort of pre-dawn blue. It's kind of a very distinctive blue color, unlike other blue colors. And I just was reminded again, the earth and the planet that we live on is something that we're so grateful for, and all of her mystery and magic and wonder. And so I'm very called. In fact, I was called before even seeing the blue sky, but it helped emphasize the feeling to begin our practice today with Jai Ma. Now, what's that? Jai means victory. It's basically yes, victory, victory. And then Ma is mother. So our planet, our cosmos, our galaxy, this mother energy that holds us. So we'll begin there, but I just want to make a few notes before we do that. Well, it's Thanksgiving. We are in this incredible donated space. Thank you, Angela. And yeah, I was going to say there may be deliveries, but then I just remembered it's a holiday, so there won't be deliveries. There's no one is going to interrupt us. Watch this, and we'll get interrupted, right? But who knows? I'm not sure. It's early in the morning, and I don't think we'll get interrupted. Thank you, Angela, though, for the donated space. This is this end of our second week of morning practice with Olivia. I am just thrilled at what this has been, and just thrilled at how people have responded and the feedback that I've gotten. So thank you so much. It's just wonderful to be sharing this with you. And so we're just going to get connected to our heart, and then we'll go into the Jai Ma. I'm going to just pause our music because that might be a wee bit distracting. Okay, so let's find a seat, and we're going to sit either cross-legged. You might want to sit on a block or a blanket or a cushion, something that's going to prop up your hips and let your knees fall so that your hips are higher than your knees. And then we're going to find a nice tall spine, and let's take a couple inhales and exhales, inhaling in and exhaling out, and inhaling in and exhaling out. And we'll take a nice inhale in. And just feel the length along the spine, feel the back of the neck lengthen. Maybe give your neck a little massage. It's, creaky early morning. Sometimes there's a little bit of pain. I realize I haven't taken them all off yet. That's all good. We'll put that there. And okay, so let's bring one hand to the heart. I got to find my heart here. And the other hand over top. And again, you're just really feeling the heat and energy from the palms overlapping each other. And you'll feel that energy from the heat in the palms overlapping each other, connecting to the heart energy underneath them. And just as if they are warming each other up. There's an ignition. And just as you breathe, bring your awareness to your heart. Breathing in and feeling the expanse of it. Exhale, imagining all that energy pouring into your heart. And as we find our awareness in our heart center, we begin to just see the light that dwells in our heart. It's a very unique and brilliant light, brighter than 10,000 suns. And it lives deep in our heart space. And as we connect to the heart space and the light in our heart, and we feel the energy from our hands kind of drawing it, magnifying it, it grows, it deepens. And just with your inhales and exhales, you're just going to breathe into that wonderful heart space. And if there are thoughts swirling around your head, you can just sort of nod at them and say, "That's funny. I acknowledge you, but I'm just going to step to the side while I continue to focus on my heart space." Yeah. We all have thoughts that will creep up from time to time, and it's mental patterning, the things we do to sabotage ourselves, undermine our own belief in ourselves. But as we grow and heal and learn that a lot of the wounding that we project on others was never ours to begin with, we can see those thoughts really for what they are, which is just noise. It's not even related to what we are as souls, but what is related to what we are as souls is this wonderful, marvelous, magnificent, unique light that lives in each of you. So focus there. That is your unique, beautiful center, the center of your power, the center of your brilliance. And continuing to inhale and exhale, and growing that light beyond the perimeter of the heart into the body. It's spilling into the chest, it's spilling into the belly, it's spilling into the shoulder blades. That wonderful light from your heart is filling your limbs, your arms, your fingertips, the tips of your toes, and it pushes beyond into the room, and you have this brilliant force field of this heart light surrounding you. Just beautiful, beautiful heart light. And it goes beyond the room, beyond the building you're in, beyond into the streets, into the countryside, wherever you are, into your garden, and just continues to extend. And then you just know that it's going to eventually meet another heart light, another human. And when it does that, there's this beautiful magnification of heart light energy. And you can imagine this all over the planet, our hearts giving our love, giving our light to this wonderful mother planet, Ma, Ma, Jai Ma. And with that, I'm just going to lead us in a little chanting Jai Ma. You can sing along if you want, or just let it wash over you. So as we picture our heart light covering wonderful Gaia, wonderful planet Earth, we sing victory to the mother. Excuse me. Jai Ma, Ooh Jai Ma, Jai Ma, Jai Ma, Ooh Jai Ma, Ooh Jai Ma, Jai Ma, Jai Ma, Ooh Jai Ma, Ooh Jai Ma, Jai Ma, Jai Ma, Ooh Jai Ma, Ujema, Jema, Jema, Ujema, Ujema, Jema, Jema, Ujema, Ujema, Jema, Jema, Ujema, Ujema, Jema, Jema, Ujema, Ujema, Jema, Jema. Take a nice breath in and a big breath out. And we'll find one Om together. Inhale and Om. You can let your hands drop to your lap. Just slowly open your eyes if they were closed. Victory to the mother on Thanksgiving Day. Day is what we like to say. Every time you want to give a little emphasis of absolutely yes to anyone that might have an idea or a thought that you really are in total alignment and agreement with. It's a J. Okay. And so it's I want to do a little bit of breathing work before we begin moving. And I don't think we're going to do much of a super dynamic practice. I don't know. We'll see what happens when we get to the mat. But yeah, let's do just to bring our attention to our breath and really center there. We'll do the retained breathing, and I think that's pretty straightforward. So what we do is we inhale for a 4 count, hold for a 4 count, and exhale for a 4 count. And so, and then hold between the exhale and the inhale for a 4 count. And I will count us through. So what I was going to say is I had some feedback that people aren't always comfortable or capable holding in the in-between space. So what I would say, if you fall into that category, if you're that beautiful human that doesn't want to hold, just hold for 2 or hold for 3 or hold for 1, or just do 4 counts in, 4 counts out. And so choose what you would like to do. I am gonna talk us through a few rounds, and then I will join you and we'll do it in silence. So let's begin. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, hold, exhale, hold. Inhale, hold, exhale, hold. And just continue on your own for a few rounds at whatever pacing suits you best. Join you. just let your breathing return to normal. You can just shift away from the retained breathing. Breathe as normal. So the reason that we do breath work and retain breathing, and I let you do it for a while without even cueing, is it brings you really into alignment with your nervous system, and your nervous system understands and calms down when you're paying more focused attention to your breath. And so the reason that I encourage you to do rounds of breathing on your own without my cueing is that you really develop that sense for yourself. You know, all of this morning practice is really about is offering suggestions for you to embody, whether it's breath or movement or meditation, that allow us to cultivate awareness with what's happening in our body. And the breath work is a really, really effective tool to come into awareness with what's happening in our body, just as the movement practices. But when you have a meditation practice or when you have a breathwork practice and you're being still, it's really that movement of breath. And the more you become aware of the breath, the more kind of mind-blowing it becomes. It's sort of it's a whole you start wondering who's doing the breathing. Really, like, is the breath breathing me or am I breathing the breath? It's an interesting question. So we are going to maybe shift over to the mat now. Not feeling like maybe we'll do an extended meditation because we sang earlier that will bring meditation in, maybe actually as we come to the mat, but we'll start on the mat. So if you need to get a sip of water, if you need to have support like those blankets there for underneath your knees or anything at all, and some blocks maybe for practice, though I'm not sure we're going to do that much dynamic movement. I'm teaching very clearly today, obviously. And I'm going to start the music off and we'll get started. So find yourself in a comfortable seat on the mat and we'll go from there. Okay. Oh, I tried to do that off camera, but it didn't work. All right. Actually, here. Having the blocks near the top of your mat can be helpful. It's a little chilly in here, so I had my little jacket on, but I'll probably keep everything on today because it's just so cold. November is here. You know, I really need to stretch out my legs, so I'm going to step off my block and sit on the mat and come into a straddle. And this is the early morning, so just allow yourself to be wherever you are. Having a rolled up blanket underneath your hips can really help prop your hips up. And we'll just do some swaying side to side, because this is, I don't know about you, but this is where I feel my hamstrings. And even if I press the top of my thighs in to the mat, and that just kind of helps me have some length around. I know it sounds, but I'm really feeling my hamstrings here, and it's just a very gentle awakening. It's not like a big stretch. But I find that I can massage my legs a bit on the top, and this is really just a very gentle warming up for the legs. We will be, whatever you're doing today, I mean, many people will be cooking, many people will be going for a walk or a hike sometimes. And so So we just want to just gently wake up the legs so that they're feeling a little bit more loved as we start our day. So let's do some side body stretches. We're going to just go over to our right and just let the hand go along the leg. And then we'll stay here. And then you're going to press that left hip point down, reach your left arm up and over. And you can really feel the length. You might have even felt your ribs kind of just open there. And as much as we don't want to splay them out, we kind of want them to remain knitted in, but you can turn your heart center up to the ceiling and then feel that left hip press into the mat as your fingertips reach. And you might even, if you would like to take the foot, go ahead and take the foot. I'm doing this because I know that my body needs it. It's hell. But the important thing is that you're doing what is right for your body. So I encourage you to take the stretch to whatever degree feels comfortable for you. All right, and you can just reach up and let that come up. And then your left hand will go along your left leg. Just, there we go, just like that. Right arm overhead. We'll just begin here. Heart center beaming up. You might think about your heart and your heart light. And maybe take the foot if you'd like, or not. Just what is living in your heart today? And are there aspects of your heart perhaps that you hide or you don't reveal, that you would like to reveal though? And is there a hidden part of your heart that you would like to reveal today? And often gratitude can be a great pathway to reveal our heart, because we're giving thanks for something or someone in a way that shows our heart energy focused on it. And that can be a beautiful way of sharing hidden aspects of our heart. So maybe call to mind something that you are really grateful for that maybe you haven't expressed out loud or haven't expressed even to yourself, and bring that to mind as we go through. We'll take our hands under our knees and bring them in, and we'll go to a nice tabletop position, neutral spine, hands and knees, hands are under shoulders, knees under hips, and we'll just do some cat-cows. Inhale, beam the heart forward. Exhale, drop the tail, drop the head, lift the belly. Really want to puff up that area between the shoulder blades. And inhale. And exhale. I think I slept funny because I know I have some weird neck pain today. No. So what we'll do is we'll come back to a child's pose from the cat-cow. Knees are going to be wide, toes will touch, hips come to the ankles, and you just rest your forehead down. Third eye kissing the mat. And allow yourself to sort of roll out your hips here. Give them a nice roll out. And we'll take our right arm to the left side of the mat and just reach back into that right hip and feel the length along the side body from the right hip to the right hand. You can use your left arm as leverage, just pressing in to the mat gently. It's very subtle, really. And then take your arms to the other side, the left arm reaching to the right side of the mat, left hip pointing back, pressing towards the back of the mat.
sort of on a diagonal. So if it was like the back left-hand corner. And again, you really want to feel that line of energy from the left hip point to the left hand, all along the side body. And definitely, if you want to use the right hand for a little bit of pushing in leverage, just to go deeper, that can feel good. Oh, okay. And we'll come back to all fours. And cat-cow again. Inhale, arch. Exhale round, and then we will go into a downward facing dog. So hands are wide, toes will tuck, and hips push up. Oh, that feels really good. How does your downward dog feel? Mine feels really nice. Yeah. So just pedal out your feet here. Keep a soft bend in the knees. Let your spine just fall and lengthen as your tailbone lifts. And you pedal your feet out and just wake up the back of the legs. Be very gentle here. Oh, yeah, that's really nice. Thank you, body. Thank your body. Thank your heart. Showing up another day, ready to go, ready to cook, ready to dance, ready to hike. Ah, really nice. Just continue to lift that tailbone. And then on the next inhale, we'll bend our knees, look to the top of the mat, and just make our way to the top of the mat. And forward fold. As you forward fold here, nod your head, shake your head. If you want to take your forearms, you can just do a little rotation. Allow your spine to just really loosen and drop. Yep. Keeping some awareness of the breath. If you would like to do Ujjayi, that can be good. You're going to inhale and lengthen the spine by reaching the crown of the head forward. And here you might want to just feel the length of the legs. Like I'm just bringing some length into my legs, not fully, just, this is really, again, just about waking up the legs and allowing them to bring some awareness into the neurons that fire along the muscles. And then bend your knees and slowly roll up to standing. We're going to bring some energy in towards ourselves. I'm actually going to face you to do this because it's more of a facing practice. So we'll do some half salutes, which is basically just inhaling arms overhead to a forward fold and rolling back up and arms overhead. And as we do this practice, we're going to do a practice of gratitude for honor of Thanksgiving, but any day is a day of Thanksgiving, really. So inhale, arms overhead, hands come to prayer. Exhale, forward fold into your forward fold with a straight spine. And just come down to the ground into your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. And just what are you grateful for in this moment? And inhale, arms overhead, hands come to prayer. Exhale, forward fold. Who are you grateful for? Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. How has somebody else's actions helped you today, yesterday? Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. You're grateful for your pets whose unconditional love is a lifesaver. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. You're grateful for your home that keeps you warm and safe. Inhale to rise. Exhale, hands to heart. Okay. I think I'm going to lose the hat because even though it's chilly, it keeps going over my eyes. I can't see what I'm doing. So yeah, as we move, we'll do some basic lunging, some things. We'll take it see where we're going with this. It's always interesting to see where the yoga leads us. And so as we move through the sequence, and I'll start facing the top of the mat now, just every time you bring your hands to your heart, sort of call to mind another aspect of your world or your life that you're grateful for. You're grateful for your body, you're grateful for your friends, you're grateful for a cup of tea, you're grateful for this wonderful place that you live, you're grateful for your dog, you're grateful for, just anything. And I just invite you to keep bringing that energy in as we bring our hands to our heart, just as a cycle that we move through, because this is an incredible vehicle, this is an incredible vessel, and the world that we get to experience out there is not only tremendously beautiful, but like to have this visceral sensorial experience as a physical being is one of the greatest gifts of being human. And yoga is such a great way of embodying that. So very grateful for this body. So come to the top of the mat, inhale, arms overhead, exhale, forward fold, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step your right foot back, right knee comes down. Inhale, low lunge, press into the feet, lift the arms into the sky. And exhale, hands come to heart, frame the foot, tuck toe, move the knee back, Ardha Hanuman, just very gently here. Just waking up the back of the legs. You want to take an inhale, lengthen and fold. Then rebend that front knee, step back to downward dog. Inhale, right leg comes up. Good foot between the hands, left knee comes down. Low lunge, Anjaneyasana. Press into those feet, reach into the sky. Hands frame the foot, tuck the back toe, bring the back knee back a little bit. And again, waking up that front leg. There we go. I'm just wiggling my hips a bit just to access other parts around the hamstring. Step back to downward facing dog. We'll take a moment here and just feel your dog, pedal it out. Inhale forward to plank. We'll take a moment here. Really wanting that straight spine, not really piking, but nor sagging either, but like a clean line of energy from your ankles to your crown. Feeling the space between the shoulder blades puff up. And then we'll just place our knees down, come down to the ground. Hands can stay underneath the shoulders. We'll press up into a little baby cobra. And down. And again, inhale up. Exhale down. And finally, you can put it a little bit more length if you'd like. Inhale up. Exhale down. And press back to child's pose. Again, give it a wiggle. Oh, allow your forehead to roll. And then press back into downward dog. Pedal out your legs here again, and then bend your knees and step to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Forward fold. Allow the head to nod. Move side to side again. And then gently just roll up the spine. Arms reach overhead. Hands come to the heart. Now have us do a little side body stretch. So inhale your arms over the head, but keep them there. Hands are going to be in prayer, and you're going to step your left foot behind your right leg. And then you're going to bend to the right and just feel that side body stretch. The stretch I learned from Jeremy Folk. Really nice, though. It really does work on the side body. Inhale. And something I am incredibly grateful for is my teachers, Jeremy being one of them. And this is such a great day to call to mind all of our teachers, actual teachers, and then just the people in our life who become our teachers. Everybody in your life is teaching you something. Any interaction, it's always something to learn. So grateful for all the teachers in my life. Yeah, inhale back to center. Bring your hands to your heart. We'll just hold that thought there for a moment. Allow your eyes to close. All the teachers who give tirelessly, selflessly. Thank you. Thank you for shaping me. Thank you for inspiring me. Thank you for being strict with me so that I would actually learn. And thank you for all my spiritual teachers, my karmic teachers. Wouldn't be the person I am in this moment without you. So thank you. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, let's step back to downward dog. And do a little time check. That's what I thought. Yeah. So we'll just bring the right foot between the hands, come up to warrior two. Gonna move a little bit. Reverse warrior, side angle. And then hands come down, back heel spins up, straighten that front leg, just gently. You can keep a bit of a bend in the knees, just a sort of modified pyramid pose. Step back. Left foot between the hands, back heel spins down, warrior two. Oh, there's some lovely flowers in here. Reverse warrior. Feeling that side body stretch. Come back to your warrior two and reach forward into side angle. This, for some reason, is a really great stretch for my left hand hamstring. The one at the front leg. I really felt that move along the hamstring in a way that I really need to, because I'm going to dance class in a few hours. I need to warm my legs up before. Bring that top arm down, spin on your back, spin the back heel up, and just straighten very gently the front leg. You can put some movement in that modified pyramid. And yeah, you should definitely be feeling this in your left hamstring. Oh. And just work the pose to what is beneficial to you. So kind of explore that for yourself. Like, what do I mean by that? Take the bare bones of what you're seeing. The front leg is gently straightened. I mean, there's a gentle bend in the front knee. Back leg straight, heel is up, torso under the arms. Blocks can be good here for underneath your hands. And then just allow the body to move here. Sway the hips, bend and straighten the leg, and explore, like, what feels good to you? What does your body need in this moment? We are going to step back to downward dog now. And then our knees are going to come to the mat. Cow. And curl to cat. I always call cat cow, or I always call cow cat, and I get them mixed up. I should not be a yoga teacher. It's Don't know why that is. So we're gonna come back to the floor and sit cross-legged again for a moment. I just really feel like exploring the hips. So take the torso in circles here. Pull round to the right. If you're just stirring the pot, your torso. Your legs can be pretty loose. The leg position is crucial here. Really just about being supported in a seat and moving and bringing sort of neuron muscle awareness to those muscles around the tops of the thighs, around the glutes. And then we'll take it the other way. And because you're resting on the floor, it's sort of like massaging all of it against the floor. Nice, supportive, but very firm surface. You're not asking them to do much work. Sometimes, as I was saying in restorative practices we've done earlier this week, the most transformative body work you can do in a yoga practice or any movement practice is when you're in stillness. When you're in a restorative pose or even just in Shavasana, as you develop the awareness of your body and cultivate that, you feel things begin to release that you don't even realize that you're, gripping. And it can be profound, and it can also be emotional. As we begin a yoga practice, we may realize that we're gripping onto things psychically too. And I remember one of my very first yoga teachers, it wasn't even a yoga class, it was called Stretch and Strength. Let's take our left leg out to the side and keep our right knee in bend. It was called Stretch and Strength. And I think it was one of the first classes. I was probably about 23 years old. I just moved to San Francisco. Was talking about her own yoga practice and said, don't be surprised if you have an emotional release after a deep practice. And she was describing something that happened to her. And it was really only accessing it through a movement practice that allowed her to finally experience the loss and the release that she had been through. I know I have left class after a deep practice, which can be a practice of stillness, not necessarily a practice of movement, and just had a complete purging of the emotions and feelings that need to come out. So be gentle with yourself, if things come up emotionally, if things come up energetically, allow yourself to feel them and allow them to move through your body. It's a beautiful way of, we feel our muscles unclenching, but we also feel our hearts unclenching, which is such a beautiful benefit of this practice. So we'll take our left hand along our left leg. I know it looks like right. So let's say if you're facing me, right hand along the right leg. And just, again, we're just leaning to the side, again, feeling that hip point press in. And then arm reaches overhead. And then we'll just keep our hands, it's almost like my hands trying to reach that light right above me. And almost feel the extension in that arm. And then just as you feel more extension, bring it a little bit further to your right. My left, your right. And if you want to sort of move the wrist, that can feel good. It wakes up different neurons in the side body. And then we'll come up. We'll bring this leg in, and we'll bring the right leg out, or the left leg out. And then again, just allowing to feel that, let your hand just drape along the side of your leg, and you're just gently leaning to the side. And your right arm is just gonna draw a nice rainbow. And we'll just have this hand pointing directly up, as if you see how my hand and the light are trying to connect. And I'm just staying here, heart center beams up, and I reach just a little further with my hand, as if my hand could just touch that light, and then allow the hand to come over. And that's just lengthening your stretch, just ever so slightly.
And just be here. Okay. And then allow yourself to come up. I feel like I want to take a back bend, and today we'll do bridge. And I think instead of doing sequential bridges, we're going to do a restorative bridge. So you do want a block for sure for this. If you don't have a block, I would say you could something firm that would be about this height or this height. It depends what height you want under your hips. If you don't have anything at all, we'll just take a bridge and then come down and rest and take 3 bridges. But I will describe the pose first and we'll go into it. But I'm going to do restorative, and I encourage you to do restorative as well, which is a supported bridge. So have your block handy. You're going to come to your back. Knees are pointing up to the ceiling, feet are about hip width apart. You know, you can have, it's almost like, you know, you have your fingertips are brushing your heels, but if your heels are a bit further away, it's totally fine. You're doing yoga. It's great. But the point is that you're going to press into your feet and bring your hips up. And as you bring your hips up, you feel yourself rolling along the spine. And then the sternum is going to like move towards the chin. And you're really just pressing those hip points up, pressing into your feet. And this is a bridge. Now you can interlace your arms underneath, have your hands here, hold the side of the mat. And that's your basic bridge. And you're going to come down from that and do another 2 if you do not have a block. If you have a block, we're going to place it under the sternum here. And then you can really tuck your shoulders underneath and just allow the weight of your body to really go into that block. And then if you want, you can straighten one leg out and the other and just be here. Let's just be here for a moment. And if you don't have a block, again, just take 3 bridges and then rest. But yeah, again, the beauty of restorative practice is that you're using the relaxation and the melting of your body weight into whatever pose that you're in. And that relaxation just allows you to release on a deeper level things that are gripping, things that are very, you know, gripping in the subtle body, but we're almost unaware of them. See, I just felt something in my sacrum release. It's so great. Oh, thank you, yoga practice. Thank you. And we'll come down from that as you're ready. So just bring your knees back up, feet underneath the knees, lift your hips, take the block out. And then from here, we're gonna we'll bring the hips to the right, cross your right knee over the left knee, and just let your legs fall to the left. Your right arm is going to be extended, and you're just going to look over your right arm as your knees fall to the left. Very simple spinal twist again. Really try and let the weight of your body do the work here. I'm massaging little points in my hips that are asking me to massage them. If you have a similar thing, if there's any part of your body that needs a little extra love while you're here, be generous. Love yourself. Always good. And then we'll bring the knees back up. Feet parallel on the floor again. We'll move the hips to the left. Bring your left leg over your right. Just very simple cross. And let those legs fall to the right. Left arm extends, and you can let your gaze come out to the left. And again, you may find places that need a little extra here as you let the pose relax.
And then we'll let that come back up. You're going to roll to your side and push yourself up to a seat. We'll take a straddle forward fold again, which is where we started. So legs come out. And again, you might just want to do a little swaying side to side here. How does the body feel now? How do the legs feel now? Is it different than before? Maybe pick up the heels, put toes. Just feel like you're bringing more of it online. You may want to put a blanket under your hips for support. We want to come down with a straight spine. A block can be really handy. Again, what we're really aiming for is you to rest your head and really just let your head melt into just give the block your weight. If you don't have a block, blankets, cushions can help with that. I'm just going to come down and rest. Rest, rest, rest. Allow the stretch to do its work while you let the weight of your torso just melt, the weight of your forehead just melt. This is not an active pose, and you can turn the toes up and point the toes towards the ceiling if you really want to make it more active, and that can actually help the stretch, but I encourage you as also just to let things be non-active. You're still getting a lot of benefit here. And you're going to push your way up. And we're going to make our way into a Shavasana. So I would say have a blanket if you're chilly and want to be covered. And then, or a blanket for underneath your head. An eye pillow can be good. Just let's make ourselves comfortable in Shavasana. So what we're going to do is lie on our back. Hands are at the side of the body, away from the body though. Palms are turned towards the ceiling. Legs just fall as the feet fall to each side. Do a little body scan, see where you're gripping, because oftentimes I have been in Shavasana and only like towards the very end did I realize I was like gripping really tight between my shoulders. So just see if there's anything that you can loosen and let go of. Let's do a body scan together. So start with your feet. Are your toes gripping? Are your ankles gripping? And just soften the toes, soften the arches of the feet, soften the ankles, soften the calves, the knees, soften the thighs. There are areas around your hips that need just tender release as you lie on the mat, letting everything melt into the mat. And imagine your belly just softening back into the mat. Belly, go up, face, side of the waist, the ribs, the heart center, shoulder blades, shoulders, your upper arms, your elbows, forearms, wrists, fingers, hands, everything melting. No gripping. Oh, is there a little grip there? And then feel your body again. Feel the head just melting in that. All the muscles in the neck and shoulders are just relaxing and melting into the mat. You continue to let your own attention and awareness focus on your body and relaxing. If you're a seasoned Shavasana practitioner, you may just want to let any thought go. Cool. If you have trouble in Shavasana, it can be helpful to stay with what's happening in the body.
All right, begin to deepen your breath. Slowly bring awareness back. Maybe a little bit of very slight movement in the toes. Very slight movement in the fingertips. Just the breath deepens. The heart is aware. Maybe give yourself a full body stretch and come to a fetal position on one side. And when you're ready, just slowly make your way up to a seat again, keeping the eyes closed, keeping the focus soft. Just softly, softly, softly. We've threaded our practice of gratitude throughout the day, throughout the practice. That awareness of our heart, the awareness of what aspects of ourselves we want to share more, what people, situations, things in our life that we're grateful for. And I encourage you as you move through the day today, as you take your breaths and you see the friends, see the family, do your best to show up for everything that happens on this day. Remember your love, remember your heart light, remember the power of your heart and your gratitude for it all. We'll take a nice big breath in, nice deep breath out, and we'll close with one final breath in. Bring your prayer to your third eye, bowing to each other. Thank you so much for showing up today. Thank you for practicing with me. Sending so much love to you and gratitude for who you are and your unique gifts and your unique energy. There's no one like you on the planet. We need you. So thank you. Love yourself as you go through the day. Love others, but always love yourself. Take care, everyone. Have a great Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving and happy Thursday, wherever you are. Enjoy.